John Bowden, Rock History Music, and sad news. At 80 years old, we have lost Dickey Betts. There's always this thing that happens when there's a lull in losing rock and rollers. It's strange. You almost think that, oh, wow, we're okay for a while. Everything's going to be cool, you know? Um, Sometimes it rains, like in 2016 with David Bowie, Glenn Frey. We all kind of, it was a sobering thought when we started losing people who we didn't expect to lose. Later, there was George Michael and Jerry Rafferty before, and just a host of others. Last year was not a good year. But when we talk about Dickey Betts, we talk about Ramblin' Man. Not more to that. Great life. I mean, seriously, did an awful lot for that band, for the Allman Brothers. Got them out of the sewer, you could say, when you think that things were not going well. When Dwayne Allman died, you just when you think a band's dead, you get a guy like Dickey Betts who comes forward, right? It was Dickey who talked to Dwayne, the dueling, and the thing is, the dueling guitars, the two guitars. Great old Southern rock when you think about it. But it was him and Dwayne who were really close in the beginning, who convinced, it was Dickey who convinced Dwayne, hey, get your brother up there. We've got something here. Here's the statement. It is with profound sadness and heavy hearts that the Betts family announced the peaceful passing of Forrest Richard Dickey Betts, December 12th, 1943 to April 18th, 2024, at the age of 80 years old. The legendary performer-songwriter, let me just give you another shot here, and band leader, patriarch, passed away earlier today at his home in Florida, surrounded by his family. Dickey was a larger-than-life character, and his loss will be felt worldwide. At this difficult time, the family asks for prayers and respect for their privacy in this coming days. More information will be forthcoming. Like when I saw this today, I went, whoa. When you talk about Southern rock, when you talk about that lane, there are certain songs that come to mind. And I'll bring it up again. Ramblin' Man was, seriously, drop your mic after that song, just by itself. He revolutionized the twin guitar approach. And he helped the Allman Brothers when they were going through some pretty bad stuff. Important part of the Allman Brothers band. He was always, like I said, nagging Dwayne Allman to finally recruit his younger brother, Greg, to sing in this band, right? When you talk about stuff like that, when you talk about the history of rock and roll like that, of guy going, come on, let's just get it done. He's had health problems through the years. Dickey talking to Dwayne Allman. He said, we sit and talk about how screwed up it is that every good band you get together, the guitar players start getting jealous of each other and start trying to hot dog each other and ruin the whole thing. Dwayne said, Dwayne and I had an understanding, like old soul kind of understanding, and let's play together. Crazy, eh? Idlewild South was released in 1970, featured the Allman Brothers Band's first charting single, Revival, written by Betts. It's instrumental I love this song, in memory of Elizabeth Reed, from the Fillmore East album, which, hey, hold on, there I am. I'm getting used to this thing. When you talk about getting into that vein of music, it's impossible to not mention, the Allman Brothers, of course, Skynyrd, of course, but Dickey Betts. I reached out to Dickey Betts a few years ago. It might have been maybe 10 years ago, where I said, I'd love to do an interview. I'd love to talk about how you started, how it all began for you, the albums that you had, the inspirations. What made you continue? What made you quit at times? Of course, the Allman Brothers suffered a huge loss when Dwayne Allman and Barry Oakley both died in consecutive motorcycle crashes. But it was Betts who came forward and said, "Well, I'm going to be the leader." In '73, a song "Ramblin' Man," #2 smash, created like a signature song, really, when you consider it, for the Allman Brothers. There was a lot of breakups. Dickey Betts went solo. There were a lot of reunions. But in the end, hold on, let me just see if I can get myself back here. There we go. There I am. Sad day in rock and roll, and sad day. Someone had just emailed me before I went on and said, "Hey man, the Ramblin' Man has died." I knew who he meant right away, and I hadn't seen the headline. I mean, it's easy to sometimes capsulize a career in one song, but it's never one song. One song represents so much of being in the right place at the right time, but doing the right thing at the right time. That's another thing that's incredibly important. I'll read you the statement from the family again that just came out. It is with profound sadness and heavy hearts that the Betts family announced the peaceful passing of Forrest Richard Dickey Betts, December 12th, 1943. Hold on, let me just get this. And is surrounded by family when he died. He's a larger-than-life character. Loss felt worldwide. Difficult time. The family asked for prayers and respect and privacy. Revolutionized that. Hold on a second. Let me get this back. This machine I'm using is the most frustrating machine when you're dealing with just pictures. But let me just get some of your comments. Neil says, first of all, rest in peace, Godspeed, Dickey. Someone said, how's he doing? He's dead. PH Music, so sad to hear this. He gave us so many rock and roll greatest songs like Memory of Elizabeth Reed and Blue Sky. Sean Rana. He was my second cousin. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Jamie Martinez, rest in peace. Mark Burchett, rock in peace, Dickey. What an incredibly talented soul. Casimiro, saw the brothers many times. Oh, cool. Thomas Collins, rest in peace, Dickey. And you are jamming in rock and roll heaven with Dwayne, Greg, Barry, and Butch. Yeah. Dwayne says, hello, everyone. Greetings from Edmonton. Hi, Dwayne. Nice to have you on here. Robbie, Detroit Vinyl. I'm an hour and a half from Macon, Georgia, and I visit and pay respect to Allman Brothers Band that has passed away every year. The Bergs Show. He was my favorite Allman Brothers. PH Music. Will he be buried the same plot as Dwayne and Greg Allman and Barry Oakley? Kitten Care. He had a good run. Very well said. Simple but true. Really did. Brian Mayhofer. He didn't want to sing Ramblin' Man. Now that's generosity. Dwayne. I'm a big fan of Dickey Betts, a great guitar player. Barry Bowman, rest in peace. The Berg Show. He was lucky to make it till 80. A lot of them were lucky to live as long as they did. And someone was just talking to you the other day about the Molly Hatchet guys. And then, of course, that led to the obvious, beyond the plane crash with Leonard Skinner. The Southern boys knew how to party. They really did. Pookie Martinez, Allman Brothers No More. Jamie Briggs, excellent player. Saw them twice. Cleve Baker, one of the greatest guitars ever. Very true. Stephen Fish. There hasn't been an Allman Brothers band in 10 years. Mondo says, I recently a couple of his solos. He was trying to make a living. You can show that. That's okay. Justin, that's okay to show that. ML. When Leonard Skinner's Sweet Home Alabama came out, Ronnie Van Zant said, there's our Ramblin' Man. Yeah. Steve Austin, sad loss. Kitten Care, a good kick-ass guitar solo. Dave and Japan, Hearts. NL, rest in peace, Dickey Betts. Rob's plays Dickey Betts. Sue Vaughn, rest in peace. Pookie Martinez, Leonard Skinner's iconic tune Freebird. R.C. Run, key part of the greatest American bands. I mean, Ramblin' Man just says it all. I mean, when you hear Ramblin' Man, you recognize it within the first few bars. I mean, you just do right away. It's just one of those iconic songs, and to be responsible for, I mean, he wrote a lot, but to be responsible for that says an awful lot. So may he rest in peace. And the statement from the family, I'm not going to read it again. I read it twice, but basically, it just says that, you know, they want he was a larger than life character, which he certainly was, and lived a good life. You know, these guys live a rock and roll lifestyle, and to live till you're 80, come on, it's pretty good. But again, whenever someone passes, I'll always mention that if I tried to get an interview in Dickey, I really wanted to talk to him. But he never got back to me, which is the case, by the way. But 50% of the time, no matter how big your channel is, only half the people get back to you, especially if you reach out to them directly. Someone had given me either a cell phone number or an email. I forget. It was quite a few years ago. But may he rest in peace. Remember, if you saw Allman Brothers or Dickey solo, or you have memories, favorite songs, favorite albums, please leave it here. We appreciate it. If you want to help the channel, there are links in the description. I'm John Bowden. Make sure you take good care of yourself. Hey, man, it's important.